Hi YouTube, this is FocusedSpender, and today I'm going to talk to you about the difference between a budget and a cash flow projection. So let's think of a budget as your master plan. If the budget is your master plan, then the cash flow projection is your day-to-day to-do list. It really helps you know how and when to spend your money. The budget is a static document. You just say how much you've made for the month and the expenses that you have, and it tells you at the end of it how much you have left. And it can be a little misleading because you may create a budget and you see that you have $500 left, but it doesn't tell you that most of your expenses come within the first paycheck. And maybe after the first paycheck, you really only have $5 left, not $500. So the cash flow projection really helps you determine when you're going to spend your money, when you have more discretionary income to spend versus money that has been promised to a bill or a savings account. Cash flow projections can also help you safeguard your money. It allows you to know, it gives you a clue as to whether or not you've paid a bill or if you're overspending and you're going to hurt yourself before your next paycheck. Let's say once you've done your cash flow projection that at the 15th of the month before you get your next paycheck, you should only have $100 left in your bank account because you've paid all your bills. But it's the 14th and you see you have $300 left in your bank account. It doesn't mean that you have $300 to spend. It lets you know that, hey, my bill that's $200 hasn't been paid. Let me go and pay that money before I get charged a late fee. This is an example of a cash flow spreadsheet versus a budget. On your left, you have your basic budget that shows your income and your expenses for the month. You have a salary of $1,500 and you have matching expenses of $1,500, so you're left with $0 for the month. And on the right hand, it shows your cash flow projection. It lists out each day of the month. In real life, you'll probably have multiple events happening on each day, but just to make it simple, I have one event happening on each day. So on the 1st and the 15th, you'll get paid, and as you can see at that point, your balance will increase. And then when you pay your rent, your utilities, your groceries, the balances will decrease. Around the 8th, around the 7th, when you start with your groceries, that is discretionary. You don't have to spend $100 a month on groceries, but whatever you have spent, that's what you'll put in there. And then it lets you know how much money you can spend on household and miscellaneous before your next paycheck. And the same thing goes after you get paid on the 16th. The car, your utilities, and your savings are pretty much static. You know those amounts are not going to change. But for the second half of the month, your groceries, your household, and your miscellaneous is going to change depending on your needs. What's good about the cash flow is that it lets you quickly be able to tell if you spend more in groceries, how much less you can spend on household or miscellaneous items before your next paycheck, so that you'll still have enough money to cover your bills. And the same thing goes with the second half of the month. It's just a great way to be able to say, am I spending too much money? Am I going to have enough money to pay my bills when I get my next paycheck? And it's also great for future forecasting. So if you have multiple sheets and they're all linked from month to month, if you want to do something big 3 months down the line, you'll know, you know what, if I slow down spending on a certain category, that I'm going to have a nice chunk of money at the end of those 3 months to spend on whatever it is. Even though at that point you can also just take the money out and put it into another savings account, this is just another tool to help you determine how it is you're going to save this money, where it's going to come from, and if it's going to work. Cash flow projections, if you're in business or you have a business, is something that many companies use because just having a budget, like I said, it's static. It doesn't tell you how to do what when. So the cash flow lets you time when you're going to spend your money. I hope that helps. Thanks. Bye-bye.